Hey, this is Maximo and welcome to Maximo's Travels. Today I'll be reviewing the Swissotel The Stamford in Singapore. The Swissotel is the tall, white 70-story building in the middle of the screen. It's very well located. So here I am on the balcony of our hotel room at the Stamford. We're on the 34th floor. And what spectacular views we have. Behind me you can see the Marina Bay Sands Hotel in the harbour with all the different ships in there. It's nice, sunny and a spectacularly warm day. We're going out to see the sights of Singapore in a minute, but I've decided that I'll share this fantastic magical view with you. We were blessed with truly spectacular views of the skyline of Singapore. On a clear day you could see for miles and miles and miles. I don't think I've stayed on a higher floor in a hotel in my life, and I was just taken away by the ever-changing drama of the weather, dawn, sunset, afternoon storms that we were privileged to see. I'll add some videos of the ever-changing nature of Singapore's weather at the end of this video if you're interested. So here we are in room 3453. This is a high floor Bayview King room if you're looking to book this place. There was a fair bit of storage. There's some storage shelves, open storage shelves that you can see, and also a semi-open wardrobe. Underneath there was a safe. We move into the bathroom. The bathroom was quite nice, reasonably spacious. It did feature a drinking water tap, and therefore they didn't supply bottled water because you had ample, glasses and the ability to refill empty water bottles with that tap. The shower was quite nice, but as you can see, if you're mobility impaired, it was a bit of a handful to get in and out of. And unless you put a towel in a strategic place, water did tend to spill out all over the bathroom floor. So we had a drinks and minibar station. There was cups and saucers. There was a kettle to boil some water, an espresso machine with an espresso machine coffee pods, and incidentally the minibar was not stacked. There was a nice little table where you could relax or do a bit of work or reading, and the room was very spacious. It's probably one of the nicest and largest rooms I've been in. A king-size bed and the piece of resistance, the outside view. There was also a little rocking chair and ample places to store your suitcases. Wow, look at that view. I'm constantly amazed. So this has been our hotel room. We booked in here for 10 nights. Really enjoyed it so far. The bed was very comfortable. The pillows were comfortable. Clean, not noisy at all. Air conditioning was really effective in the Singapore heat. Marvellous experience. The pool area is on the 8th floor and sits above the Raffles City Mall. It's located between the two hotels, being the Fairmont Hotel and the Swiss Hotel. It comprises of two pools. One, an adult pool, which is about waist deep, separated by some lounge chairs and the bar, which is quite nice, and a kids pool. The depth of that pool is around about maybe 18 inches or about 40 centimetres high, just enough for, well, not toddlers, but 3 and 4 year olds to run around under supervision. It's quite a big open area. As you can see, there's heaps and heaps of lounge chairs, and there's areas that are in shade and there's areas that are in full sun. So depending on what you want, you'll have everything. If you don't like noisy kids, there is the adult area that you can go. And there's also a number of tennis courts in the complex. There's about 4 tennis courts. I didn't play because I'm not a tennis player. As well as that, there's a gym that's in the Fairmont Hotel complex. So it's pretty much everything that you need for a very enjoyable and relaxing stay, very much resort type accommodation. We spent a bit of time at the bar. Happy hour was between 5 and 7 p.m. and drinks, including cocktails, were at reasonable prices. As well as that, they have quite decent food. Joe had a club sandwich there with chips, and I had char kway teow. Now, we thought this was so good that we actually went back a few days later, and I had my second char kway teow. Really, really nice, quite spicy. Would recommend this bar, and the staff are very, very friendly as well. We also had breakfast in the hotel complex at the Clove's restaurant, which you can see. Normally breakfast is about $42 Singapore per person each, but because of the Accor Plus benefits, it was half price. So that price came down to $21 Singapore per person. And even though we did try eating out at a couple of the other restaurants in the Raffles City Mall complex, we found that the quality of food and also the price was much better at Clove's than of any other of the restaurants that we tried. So towards the end of our stay, we tended to eat there most days. The quality of the buffet food was very, very good. There was lots of different options. You could have the Asian style breakfast or a more Western or traditional style breakfast, and the quality of the food was really good. Weekends it was quite busy, and there was a bit of a queue getting in there. So my advice is to get in early on weekends. Otherwise, during the week it was a lot quieter. I would highly recommend having breakfast here, and especially if you've got the Accor Plus benefits, the cost is half price. So I'd strongly suggest you looking into Accor Plus. So this is reception. It's a little bit unusual in that there is no reception desk as such. There's a standing desk with a number of self-check-in kiosks where guests can check in by themselves. There are quite a few friendly staff hovering in case you need help. Quite a reasonably spacious reception area with some lounges off to the side. And what you can see is a very big tea selling establishment that you can get all sorts of teas, and the escalators up to a couple of the restaurants within the hotel complex itself. This is the front entrance to the Swiss Hotel, and you can see the Raffles City shopping mall. This is inside the mall, and this is the entrance to the hotel main reception area from the mall. As you can see, it's only a short walk, and it's really convenient to have a huge mall just at the doorstep of your hotel with plenty of shopping and other food options rather than being tied to what you find in the hotel itself. The hotel's really well located, very close to City Hall MRT station. It's basically out of reception, down the escalator, a short stroll through the walk, up another escalator, and you're basically at the entrance of the MRT station. So a few steps from reception, down the elevator, we go to a fairly big and quite nice food court. There's many different cafes and restaurants, and we spent quite a couple of mornings here having breakfast, but also had dinner here on quite a few occasions through our stay at the Swiss Hotel. There was also a 7-Eleven convenience store and a couple of supermarkets where you could stock up on supplies and beer and snacks and whatnot. Was really happy with the location. It was quite good. As you can see, the upper reaches of the mall are quite big, airy, light-filled and spacious. On the third level there is another food court, and this is more of a hawker's market sort of food court. I came in here and ate dinner and lunch on a couple of occasions, and the food here is more of a hawker style market affair, quicker, cheaper, and you're able to get things like pig stomach and chicken. The place that served the chicken rice was particularly nice. I had a couple of really nice meals there, and there was plenty for people to choose from. I'll let you have a view of some of the stalls. One of the more memorable meals that we had in the basement at the Raffles City Mall complex was at Sushi Raku. We had quite a few dishes and some very nice sake, and the whole thing set us back around 103 Singapore dollars. This was particularly enjoyable. We ate quite a few meals here in the basement area, and there's many fine dining restaurants to choose from.
It says sushi music.
To summarise the Swissotel The Stamford in Singapore, it's more like a resort or a destination than an actual hotel. We had an absolutely fantastic time here. The views were great. The room was nice and spacious and clean, and being so close to the MRT, City Hall MRT station, was also brilliant. There were heaps of really good high quality restaurants in the basement of the mall complex, as well as the Hawkers Market on the third floor. The buffet breakfast at the Clove's cafe was great, although we had heaps of options in other cafe and eateries in the complex. All in all, this is one of the best hotels I've stayed at. I would highly recommend it to you. And being a Core Plus member certainly helps reduce the price of things like breakfasts and other meals at the hotel. The checkout was pretty easy. It only took a minute or two to check out, and overall a fantastic experience. As promised, here are some of the sights and sounds from our hotel room balcony at the Swissotel. The views were simply stunning, weren't they? I do hope you've liked this video review of the Stamford Hotel, Swissotel in Singapore. Please do hit the like and subscribe buttons, and until next time, bye.